Life will test you. You will face setbacks, disappointments, and moments when it feels like everything is against you. That's inevitable. But here's the real question. How do you respond? Do you let challenges break you, or do you use them to grow, becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient? Mentally strong people don't crumble under pressure. They don't allow fear, doubt, or negativity to control them. Instead, they cultivate a mindset that helps them face anything with clarity, confidence, and inner peace. This isn't about pretending life is easy. It's about mastering yourself so that no matter what happens, you remain unshaken. The ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, wrote to himself daily, reminding himself that life is unpredictable, hardships are inevitable, but his response was always within his control. He knew that true strength doesn't come from avoiding difficulties, but from training your mind to rise above them. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. The 6 habits that separate the mentally strong from everyone else. These aren't just theories. They are practical, battle-tested principles you can start applying today to build an unshakable mindset. So stay with me until the very end, because every single point we're about to discuss is crucial. Don't skip around. You might miss the key that could change everything for you. And if you appreciate what we're doing here, there's one simple, free way to support us. Hit that subscribe button. It takes just a second, but makes a huge difference in helping us continue bringing you valuable content. Now, let's dive in. Nothing in life stays the same. The seasons change. People come and go. The world keeps moving, whether we're ready for it or not. Yet so many of us resist change, as if clinging to what's familiar will somehow stop the inevitable. But let me ask you this. Has holding on ever made life easier, or has it only made transitions more painful? We fear change because it forces us out of our comfort zones. It disrupts our routines, shakes our sense of control, and makes us question where we're headed. But here's the truth. Change is not the enemy. The real danger lies in resisting it. The more you fight reality, the more suffering you create for yourself. The Stoics understood this well. They didn't waste energy wishing things were different. Instead, they trained themselves to adapt, to see every shift in life as an opportunity rather than a threat. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire during war, plague, and betrayal. He could have spent his days complaining, asking, "Why is this happening to me?" But instead, he reminded himself, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In other words, the very obstacles we fear are often the path forward. If we learn to work with change instead of against it, we become stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at us. Think about it. When has something unexpected forced you to grow? Maybe it was losing a job, ending a relationship, or moving to a new place. At first, it felt uncomfortable, even painful. But looking back, wasn't it also the thing that pushed you to become better? It probably felt overwhelming, maybe even painful. But looking back, didn't it also shape you into who you are today? The problem is, we only recognize the wisdom in change after we've survived it. But what if we could shift our mindset while we're still going through it? What if, instead of resisting, we asked ourselves, what is this teaching me? How can I use this to my advantage? The Stoics had a saying, amor fati, love your fate. Not just accept it, not just tolerate it, love it. Love the challenges, love the unexpected detours, love the things that push you to grow, even when they don't feel good in the moment. Because every change, no matter how difficult, is shaping you into someone stronger. And here's the key. Mentally strong people lean into discomfort. They don't wait for perfect conditions to take action. They don't waste energy wishing things would go back to the way they were. They adapt. They adjust their sails to the winds of change instead of fighting the current. And in doing so, they remain steady, no matter how stormy life gets. So the next time change comes knocking, and it will, pause for a moment. Instead of reacting with fear, ask yourself, How can I use this? Because when you stop resisting change, you start mastering it. And that's the mindset that will carry you through anything. You've probably had moments when your emotions got the best of you, when anger led to an argument you later regretted, or fear held you back from an opportunity that could have changed your life. We've all been there. Emotions are powerful, and when left unchecked, they can control our actions, dictate our decisions, and even shape the course of our lives. But here's the thing. Mentally strong people don't let their emotions control them. They control their emotions. That doesn't mean they suppress what they feel. Stoicism isn't about becoming an emotionless robot. It's about mastering your reactions. The Stoics understood that emotions themselves aren't a problem. It's our response to them that determines whether they serve us or destroy us. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about the last time someone irritated you. A rude comment, an unfair criticism, someone cutting you off in traffic. What was your first instinct? To react immediately? To lash out? That's what most people do. But what if, instead, you pause for a second and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this matter tomorrow? That small pause, that moment of awareness, is the difference between being ruled by your emotions and mastering them. Seneca, another great Stoic, advised, when anger rises, don't act on it right away. Give it time to settle, because in the heat of the moment, we often make choices we later regret. And isn't that true? How many times have we said or done something in an emotional state, only to look back and wish we had handled it differently? The truth is, emotions are like the weather, unpredictable, constantly changing, and often beyond our control. But just like a sailor doesn't try to control the wind, we shouldn't try to suppress our emotions. Instead, we should learn to navigate them. A skilled sailor adjusts their sails, knowing that the storm will pass. And in the same way, mentally strong people acknowledge their emotions, but refuse to let them steer the ship. Does this mean we should ignore how we feel? Not at all. The Stoics weren't about denying emotions, but rather understanding them. When fear shows up, ask, what is this fear trying to tell me? When sadness appears, ask, what lesson is hidden here? Emotions can be teachers, if we learn to listen without letting them take over. And here's where it gets really powerful. Once you realize that you decide how to respond, nothing can shake you. Insults lose their sting. Failures become stepping stones. Unexpected events no longer throw you off balance, because you understand that your power lies in your reaction, not in the event itself. So the next time you feel anger, fear, or frustration rising, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you are in control. Your emotions do not define you. Your actions do. The stronger your ability to manage your emotions, the stronger you become in every aspect of life. Your time and energy are your most valuable resources, yet they're also the easiest to give away. Every day, people pull you in different directions. Work demands your attention. Friends ask for favors. Family needs your support, and social media constantly fights for a piece of your mind. Before you know it, you're exhausted, stretched thin, and left with nothing for yourself. But here's the truth. Mentally strong people don't let the world dictate where their energy goes. They set boundaries and protect their space, like their life depends on it, because in many ways it does. The Stoics understood this well. They believed our most precious asset isn't money or possessions. It's our inner peace. Yet most of us give it away without thinking twice. Seneca warned against this when he said, people are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. Think about that for a moment. If someone tried to take money from your pocket, you'd resist. But when people take your time, your most irreplaceable asset, you give it away freely. Why? Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's fear of disappointing others. Maybe it's the habit of always putting others first. But here's the thing. Saying yes to everyone else all the time means saying no to yourself. And mentally strong people don't do that. They understand that without clear boundaries, they'll never have the time or energy to focus on what truly matters, whether that's their goals, their health, or their peace of mind. So how do you start setting boundaries? First, recognize that it's not selfish. It's necessary. Saying no to something that drains you doesn't mean you don't care. It means you value yourself enough to protect your well-being. You wouldn't let someone walk into your home and trash the place. So why let people invade your mental space with negativity, unnecessary obligations, or constant distractions? One of the biggest misconceptions about boundaries is that they push people away. But in reality, the right people respect boundaries. The ones who don't, they were never meant to have full access to you in the first place. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In other words, the people and energy you allow into your life shape who you become. If you surround yourself with stress, drama, and obligations that don't serve you, don't be surprised if you feel drained, anxious, or lost. Now, let's talk about practical ways to set boundaries. First, identify what truly matters to you. What are your priorities? What fuels your energy instead of depleting it? Once you're clear on that, it becomes easier to say no to everything that doesn't align with those values. Next, practice the art of saying no without over-explaining. You don't owe anyone a detailed justification for protecting your time. A simple, "I can't commit to that right now," is enough. And most importantly, don't feel guilty. Protecting your energy isn't an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-respect. If you don't prioritize yourself, no one else will do it for you. At the end of the day, setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about making sure you have enough energy for what truly matters. When you stop saying yes to every demand and start saying yes to yourself, you'll notice something incredible. You feel lighter, more focused, and in control of your life. And that, my friend, is the foundation of true mental strength. Life doesn't always go the way we want. We face setbacks, make mistakes, and sometimes find ourselves in situations that feel unfair. It's easy to blame circumstances, point fingers, or tell ourselves we're just unlucky. But here's the hard truth. Mentally strong people don't waste time making excuses. They take full responsibility for their actions, their choices, and ultimately their lives. The Stoics believed that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Epictetus put it best when he said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." That's what real strength looks like. Owning your decisions, learning from your mistakes, and refusing to see yourself as a victim of life's circumstances. Think about the most successful, resilient people you know. Do they sit around complaining about how unfair life is? Or do they take action, adjust, and find a way forward? The difference between those who grow and those who stay stuck isn't intelligence, talent, or luck. It's responsibility. When you own your actions, you take back your power. When you blame others, you give that power away. Now, taking responsibility doesn't mean being overly critical of yourself or beating yourself up for past mistakes. That's not the point. The goal isn't to drown in guilt. It's to learn and improve. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, believed that every failure was an opportunity for self-reflection. He advised that at the end of each day, we should review our actions and ask, what did I do well? What could I have done better? What will I improve tomorrow? That's how you grow. Not by avoiding mistakes, but by using them as stepping stones. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Think of a challenge you're facing right now. Maybe it's a financial issue, a relationship struggle, or a personal goal you haven't achieved yet. Instead of blaming external factors, ask yourself, what part of this is within my control? What actions can I take to improve the situation? It's a shift in mindset that changes everything. The truth is, mental strength isn't about never feeling overwhelmed, never struggling, or never making mistakes. It's about recognizing that no matter what happens, you always have the power to choose how you respond. And that choice, that ownership, is where your true strength lies. Life isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about becoming strong enough to face anything. The habits we've discussed aren't just ideas, they're tools. Tools that help you navigate challenges, master your emotions, and build a mindset that nothing can break. But knowledge alone isn't enough. You must apply it every single day. So ask yourself, right arrow, am I embracing change or resisting it? Right arrow, am I in control of my emotions or letting them control me? Right arrow, am I protecting my time, taking responsibility, practicing self-compassion, and continuing to learn? Because this daily practice separates those who live with strength from those who crumble under life's weight. Keep moving forward. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing growth. And most importantly, thank you for being part of Stoic Mindset Mastery. If you found value in this, don't stop here. Watch the next video on your screen and continue building the mindset that will carry you through anything. Stay strong, stay focused, keep growing.